and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. So today we are taking a look at what not to do, and we are taking a look at how to solve that problem. So you've made yourself a blanket. So this is the blanket that you have made yourself. And then you decide to put a border around it, which is fine. You put a border around and you end up with a border that looks a bit like mine here. I haven't even completed it because I think you can see that it is not lying flat, that it is wavy, and that it basically does not look good around that body of the blanket where you have spent so much time and effort to make it look right. Okay, so we need to sort out this poor excuse for a border. Okay, so this border was made using double crochets. I used a 5mm hook, which is the same hook that I used for the middle of the blanket, so for the body of the blanket. But of course, yes, this did not work out well. First tip: use a hook that's half a size smaller than the body of the blanket. That will make a difference. Second tip: don't use double crochets. These wicked double crochets, yes, they make your border grow really well, because look, this is 2 rows and I've got a very wide border, but as you can see, they make it so wavy. Okay, the double crochets in the border are not good news. Next tip is don't put too many stitches. There are far too many stitches here on the side, here as well, too many stitches. So when you are starting your border, you will have one top of your blanket where you finished the last row, so you'll have nice V's to go in there. Then you will have the bottom, which are the chains, so you will have nice chains to go in there, and those 2 sides have the right amount of stitches. But the other side, the sides, you have double crochets or your stitch there. So you don't have the V or the chain to go into, but you have the actual stitch. Let me show you. So here we have the side of our blanket, and like I said, here you can pick up the V's, here you can pick up the chain, but what are you going to pick up here? Okay, and with picking up the sides, the golden rule, and also with doing the corners, the golden rule is to do the least amount of stitches for what you need. So you're going to make sure that you do not put too many stitches on the side. Less is more. Okay, and for the corners, always do the same set for the corners. So shall we start making our flat border? We are going to make a slip knot, insert your hook, and we are going to get started with a standing half double crochet. Now I always like to start in a corner. So finding the corner stitch and having yarned over, you are going to do a half double crochet into this stitch. Then we are going to do another half double crochet in the same stitch. We do a chain and another 2 half double crochets. Now you could do your corners half double crochet, 2 chains and half double crochet, so that is up to you. So we've started with a corner. Now we are going to do one stitch on top of each stitch here, of course. So we have this one, yeah. So into the stitch here, into the stitch here, and around here, because it's difficult to get into that chain. So this is how you're going to do one side, of course, because that's a stitch that you've got there. Those are V's that you can pick up. Now we're going to go to the other side, obviously, and we are on the side. So we're working with those side double crochets. Let me show you what I do. But before I do that, we have another corner to make. So let's go ahead and do that. So half double crochet in the corner stitch, another half double crochet, a chain, and another 2 half double crochets into that same stitch to create a corner. And as you can see, that gives us a nice corner. Now, the side. Your sort of 2 double crochets like this. So you've got a double crochet here or a chain and a double crochet here. I try and do 3 stitches. So one around the double crochet, one where they sort of meet, and one again around. So one in where they meet, one around, one where they meet, and so on. Okay? So let's see if we can do that. So we've done our corner, then we're going to go around here. Okay, then we have that meeting place. So we go into there and do one there. Then here, around again. The meeting place. And around again. And this is how you will continue. Just a couple more. There we go. And then here, yeah, the corner, let's try and find a good location to put our corner in. This is where I sewn in the end, so it's not so easy, but it will work. There we go. Make it do what you want it to do. Right, there we are. Okay, and then of course here we're on that bottom chain, so we are going to start picking up those loops that were left over from the chain, or if not, then go in between. And of course we know that in between we have to do 2 because we skipped 2. Then here we have the one from the chain, and then we do 2. So yeah, remember how many stitches you did, remember how many chains you did, and try to replicate them, but don't put too many. Then you start your corner. I'm going to try and pick up, yeah, 4 strands, so in that turning chain, and I do my corner of 2 half double crochets, a chain, and 2 half double crochets. There we go. Okay. And then of course we are back on the side. This is where you are going to put your half double crochets around the double crochet, then the next one into that meeting place, then the next one again around the body of the double crochet. And that's how you will keep going. And if you skip one, don't worry, because it's better, like I said, less is more. Plus also you're not going to see the difference between the 2 sides. You know, if you have 1 or 2 stitches or out on either side, that doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see that. And then you do a slip stitch, but you skip that first standing double crochet. You go under the next V, you do a slip stitch, and you complete the round. Chain 2, and then you are going to go and do a half double crochet in each stitch around, and when you get to the chain here, that's where you're going to do your corner, which is 2 half double crochets, a chain, and 2 half double crochets. So when you've done your corner, you skip that chain that's under here because that belongs to this stitch there, but you go straight to this one here. And if you do that every corner, then that's fine, obviously. But again, like I said, less is more. And just make sure that when you lay your work down, it still lies nice and flat. I will see you at the end of the row. So I've done my last half double crochet here. This stitch here has that chain coming out of, so that is filled with that stitch. You're going to go to this V here, go under it carefully. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't want to do that, but do persuade it. And you do a slip stitch. There you go. Okay, and that closes the round. So when you have done your number of rounds that you want to do for your border, you can decide for the last round to chain, then turn your work around so you've got the back side towards you, and you are going to do another round but in the opposite direction. So instead of doing your corner straight away as you've done in your other rows, as you can see, I am now going that way instead of doing the corner there. Okay, and doing that will sort of, how should I say that, almost straighten your square of your border. In case it was slanting, you sometimes people, when they do a border and it's got quite a few rounds, it will sort of start, I don't know, leaning almost, and this will sort that out. So I don't have a problem with that, but I think sometimes it's good for me to try these things out as well, and of course to show you to do this. So sort of, you know, when I read about it or when I learn about these little tricks, it's good to actually share them with you as well. So here we go, let's do a corner, and I am just going to turn it round and show you what it looks like. And yes, I mean, you'll be able to sort of see that that last stitch is sort of the other way around, but I don't think it looks wrong, and it sort of, it will give, obviously mine wasn't leaning, but should mine have been leaning, it will now sort of make it lean back, and that will straighten it all out. Okay, so I got to the end of my row, skip the 2 chain there, and I do a slip stitch. So you cut off your yarn and you sew in the end. Of course, I've only done 3 rounds. You can do as many as you like, but remember, if your work is slightly slanted, then do that row in the other direction if you need to. So this way, with all these tips and tricks, I hope you're going to be able to make a successfully flat border. So if we take a look at the wavy border that we started out with, I am sure you'll agree that this border is much better. So thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Please like and share this video, subscribe to be notified of every new video, and go to our Facebook group to become a member of our crochet community there. Here are some more videos you might find interesting. Thank you so very much for watching, and come back soon. Bye!